Diablo, Art Vision.
All right, Coach, can you give us your overall thoughts and assessment of today's practice?
It was good. I felt like we took a step in the right direction. You know, anytime, especially coming at the latter part of camp, anytime you can stop beating on each other, I think guys are ready now to play an opponent, man. Obviously, it's been a grind these last 2.5 weeks, banging up on each other, and we're just ready to play somebody else. It's been really good thus far, though.
Wharton and Austin, what have they done to earn your trust?
You know, they're first of all, they were freshmen last year, and what they've done though so far to earn my trust is we're limited back here. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of like you gotta throw the babies in the fire and just let them play. You know, from where we were when I got here to where we are now. Oh, they have moved mountains so far. You know what I'm saying? And they've gotten that much better. But I still think they got a ways to go, man. I still think they're young. I don't think they've reached their prime at all yet. I still think they're very eager to learn. I'm just trying to make them smarter players in the classroom, you know, because if I can make them smarter players in the classroom, their skill set is going to speak for itself. You know, if I can make them smarter players in the classroom, they're going to be that much better of a football player out on the field.
Aaron, besides experience, is there anything they can take from last year? I mean, is the defense, to us at least, seems totally different between press coverage and quarters and whatnot. Is there anything the same, or are they learning a whole new thing?
No, it's not. I mean, it's football at the end of the day. You know, in the defensive backfield, it's only a handful of things you're going to do. All right, you got cover 6, you got cover 4, you got cover 1, you got 0, you got press man, you got off man. You know, it's only, I mean, that hasn't changed since football started, you know, and it's just getting them comfortable pressing. You know, obviously last year they played a lot of off, and it's just like trying on a new pair of shoes, you know. I mean, depending on the shoe, you know, over the course of time, it's going to fit your foot. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. Some people can put their foot in and they feel comfortable in it automatically. You know, some guys prefer to press. Some guys prefer to press as opposed to playing off, and I'm just trying to get these young men to want to play press that much more because they have been playing it since we got here, you know.
A year ago, Kobe Marfo was playing junior college. Mm-hmm. How has he done with the transition?
He's done very, very well, man. The thing about it is I have an extremely young group. You know, I think my oldest guy is Sandy Anya. He's the oldest guy in my room right now. He's a junior. And so I'm just trying to get all these guys to kind of play together and gel together. Kobe has been making tremendous strides. And I mean, both on the field and off the field. In regards, when I say off the field, I'm talking about in the classroom. Just trying to get these guys to understand concepts, understand schemes, understand what offenses are trying to do. What's a single high versus a two high defense? You know, a lot of these guys they just didn't know what that meant. You know, I mean, obviously they were puppies last year thrown to the fire, but all they knew was just go out there and play football. And so I'm trying to get them to understand the scheme and how it fits them, and what our offense is trying to do to you on the backside of 3x1. We talk about our safeties, quarters tracking, you know, how is that undressing the backside? Just small little details like that to make these young men better and smarter football players, because if they're smarter football players, I can promise you they're going to be better football players.
When you go back to the press coverage, since it's new to us, and the fans are really excited about it because they hate
everybody's excited till you get beat, right?
What is the key, I guess, when you're press coverage? What can't you do? What do you have to do? I guess to explain the press coverage, not getting beat off the line, I guess.
The key to press, all right, the key to press is a secret. It's confidence. Believe it or not, the key to a really, really good cornerback is in press coverage is confidence. You know, it may be a guy that he's lining up against that may be a 4.2 track guy. You know, he may be lightning fast. Well, how do you negate his speed if you're press coverage on him and he's just running go routes? You know, the quarterback can only throw the ball so far. You know, only so far, unless you're Joe Flacco, of course. He can throw about 80. But the quarterback can only throw the ball so far. So a lot of times guys are outrunning, not here, but guys in the NFL level, guys are outrunning throws. So how can I negate his speed? Well, I negate his speed by my left and right footwork, you know, stepping ladder. And so press coverage, believe it or not, you don't have to be fast. You got to be more quick than fast. I like my guys to be a lot more quicker than they are faster. Being fast and quick is a bonus. Deion Sanders of the world, right? Special guys. Mackenzie Alexander of the world. Very, very special players. And so if they can attain confidence, and I'm going to make them confident, I can promise you that. When they go out there and step on that field on Saturday, they're going to be very, very confident players. Knowing what they're going to expect on certain route combinations, they're going to be extremely confident. But if I can get them to just be confident at the line of scrimmage, and we do plenty of drills and individual to work our footwork in press coverage to allow them to have success down the field. It's literally you're trying to force a guy off a landmark, all right? And he may be much faster than you. But if you're quick and you can get your hands on them, that's the beauty of these things, man. You can get your hands on somebody, you can slow them down. If you can get your hands on somebody, you can slow them down no matter how quick or how fast they are.
How much of a benefit can it be to the cornerbacks that a guy like Ross Douglas is not only an older guy, but he's coming from a Big Ten program?
Oh, I mean, it's a plus, because I think it provides competition. Oftentimes when guys feel threatened, they have a tendency, or most great players, they have a tendency to perform better. You put great boxers in the ring with each other. And you ask who's the best. Well, everybody probably gonna raise their hand. Well, when you got competition in that pot boiling together, I think Ross Douglas adds tremendous depth to our secondary, and he brings a ton of confidence, and he's pushing the guys. He's literally pushing them, and guys have to step their game up because every day is an evaluation.
And just to follow up, would you consider maybe an odd dynamic that you have a couple young guys mixed with a guy like Marfo, who's a junior college kid, then you mix in Douglas, who's an older guy? Is that just like an odd dynamic?
It is very, very odd, but I think the reason why that came about, we needed depth. For what we were going to try to do, we needed depth, and we went out and found it. And I think those guys were tremendous additions for us. I think they're going to add value and depth to our secondary. They're going to add value and depth to our secondary, and it's going to allow guys to compete for jobs, man. That's what I'm excited about, because I think the cream truly rises to the top. Guys who like competition don't just talk about it. They literally rise to the level of their training. We talk about that all the time.
How's the open field tackling coming? Because Bill Bush was in here and said you can't play if you can't tackle.
No doubt.
Tackling was a huge concern for them in the secondary last year.
All right, so in a game of football, if you guys didn't know already, all right, either a play ends with a touchdown or a tackle. All right, it is a touchdown or a tackle. And so tackling has been tremendous for us. Obviously, we haven't been in a game, but we try to recreate these live situations to where they can occur. I can tell you this. If you're tackling as often as we tackle during practice, you're probably going to get better at it. But you got to put these guys in a game scenario. How do you do that? Well, our scrimmages. They have been much, much, much better in our scrimmages and tackling. So hopefully, I'm hoping as a coach, that's a sign of a good coach, right? When it carries over to games, and they tackle well in that. So, but we're going to continue to do tackling drills, and because we know how important it is. A bad defense may not be a bad defense, but they may not be a bad defense if they miss one tackle on a bubble route. They become a bad defense when they out leverage or the ball gets out leveraged and they miss a couple of tackles down the field. I had a chance to show my guys some passing statistics for Rutgers, I guess, on defense last year, and it was like horrible, right? Very, very horrible. Well, they had really, really good players. They still got good players. They're going to continue to have good players because this is a tremendous program, right? Well, the reason why that happened is because sometimes 5-yard gains, or supposedly 5-yard gains, turn into 60-yard gains. And those missed tackles, they didn't just happen at the first level. They happened at the second level as well. And if you can tackle well, those numbers are going to fall drastically. You know what I'm saying? Those numbers are going to definitely fall, and guys are going to have more confidence. They're going to be better players.
One last one, guys.
Last one, that's it, man.
One guy that's kind of showing up on the radar, Damon Hayes. What have you seen out of him, a new guy?
Damon Hayes, man, I like the kid because he's quiet, but he's extremely, extremely, extremely competitive, and the kid's future is extremely bright, man. I've been around. I had a chance to be around some very, very talented young guys coming in, and I think he is extremely polished to be so young, man, especially for what we're trying to do. And Damon Hayes is not a fast guy. He would tell you, honest kid. I asked him how fast are you. He said, I'm probably 4.7, coach. Most people probably get in the lab. Cornerback 4.7. Well, it's guys out there on our team, I'm sure, are 4.3. And he's making them look like they run 4.7 because his left and right lateral footwork, he can get hands on guys at the line of scrimmage, and he's really, really, really physical. He's been a plus addition to our secondary. I think he adds value and depth as well, and I think he's in that competition mix, and he's helping stir up that room a little bit because I really, really think that kid's future is going to be really, really, really bright when it's all over and done with.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thanks.